Yeah, I was just taking out some trash, getting it out to the street. Yep. So I actually use the 3500 to sometimes compact the cardboard. It's fun to do. I like to do that. So it is December 30th, 2018 Sunday, and just wrapping up 2018. So not quite New Year's Eve. I guess some would call it New Year's Eve. I don't know why, but some people do. So my take on 2018. Many aspects of it wasn't what I thought it would be, but was still far better than 2017, and I already have my reasons to believe 2019 is just going to be even better. Here's one of the things that sucked for 2018. So, I started getting a crunching noise when I took turns in this car, and it was definitely a CV joint. In fact, the driver's side axle shaft was actually bowed. So I put in some new axle shafts, new seals for the transmission, all that good stuff. Well, it still had the sound. It was leaking transmission fluid. Well, the final drive itself was okay. The rest of the transmission's okay. After the final drive inside the transmission, you have these bushings that support the axle shafts. Even Toyota, which has a reputation of building very solid cars, they decided to make these bushings that have to handle all the engine's torque out of what? Plastic. So this is actually a known problem on them, according to the transmission guy, and he does rebuild the transmission, so they'll have metal ones. So that all had to happen while I was laid off for a month, also last summer. So I was just forced to take this car off the road, and quite frankly, I am just so happy with my truck. I would much rather put $2,500 into my truck than this car. So I'm just trying to get rid of this car at this point because I'd rather just have my truck. Well, here's another cool thing that happened in 2018. Yep, we finally got us a new Cub Cadet. New Cub Cadet snowblower, 26-inch, heavy duty. It's a 3-stage. Yeah, I like seeing Old Reliable cheat death, but we just couldn't fix Old Reliable anymore. Parts were getting hard to find for it, and you know, with our situation being what it is, I was just too afraid that we were going to spend the money to fix it, and then something else goes wrong, and then we spent all that money to fix it, and we still had to buy this anyway. So I had to play it safe financially, and we just bought this one. And if our tractor's anything to go by, we know that if we take care of this thing, it's going to be with us for many, many years. Here's that 3-stage I was telling you about. See, this will break up the snow a little bit first, then it goes to the 2nd stage of the augers, and finally the 3rd stage right out of the chute. All metal too, no cheap plastic. Spent the extra money too to get this, because let me tell you, it just sucks when you're blowing the snow. The wind blows it right back at you, and when that snow hits you, instant headache. So this will hopefully prevent that. They designed it very smart too. You see, you have the little window here so the light shines through it. You also have an additional light out here. Awesome, and again, it's a 26-inch heavy duty, so it's a very tall cowl. So it's going to be very good for the tight areas, like, you know, we got to maneuver around back there, because that's where our oil fill pipe is, all the way back there. This will be just perfect for that. And also, when we got to clear what we call the teardrop, while I use the other big snowblower to do the rest of the driveway. So can't wait to put this thing in action, although it's happened to my aunt, and it's probably going to happen to us. Because we bought this, probably not going to snow now for the next couple of years, which is fine by me too, because let's see, I will have lived on this mountain for 18 years this April, and Lord knows I've had enough snow for one lifetime. Yep, so it's got the hand warmers. You can actually turn it on and off on here. See, got your reverse. You can adjust the pitch of the chute here. See, your handle's right here. Do it all from the comfort of in here. And why not? I'll kick it over. Let's see, I think the choke... No, wait, that looks like its own, so the choke is there. The lever is right here. You do have to work around a little bit when you have the canopy. Still glad to have the canopy. And oh, look, it's got a cup holder. Nice. Alright, and then I think what you do is you reach from, you gotta be outside of the canopy here to pull on the pull start, and... Ooh, come on. There we go. Turn this. There we go, it goes back. Got the turning triggers. Yeah, it's just running a little rough. Yeah, still just warming up a little bit there. There we go, looks like it's smoothed out now. Looking good, looking very good. Well, that's all there was to show on the snowblower. So, like I said, if we don't get snow for the next couple seasons, so be it. But I'm also ready to put it into action if we should get some snow. So as for the 3500, well, not much really to go on with the 3500. Had the whole undercoating thing resolved. You saw that in the video I made last summer. Have a bunch of other good stuff in the works for it, provided my finances allow for it. My plan is right up to this line right here. I want it Line-X'd, you know, all the way down the line. You know, this all the way to the rocker panels, the seam welds, have that protected. Or to also have some mud flaps here, also Line-X'd. And then I'm going to put some side steps from Ranch Hand. Here's a picture of the Ranch Hand side steps that I plan to use. And of course that line will go all the way back here. I'll see what protection I can give under here. And also have some mud flats here, because these tires will kick up rocks sometimes. And actually, it didn't happen on this side, but you'll see it on the other side. I'll show you in a second. It actually made a dink over here. And I'm really pissed off about that. And because he's going to have to lift the bed up from the frame anyway, I'm going to see if I can have the face of the bed Line-X'd as well. So all those nooks and crannies are protected, as well as the back of the cab. Obviously not out to here, but you can see where this plane ends here. That's where I also plan to have it Line-X'd. And the side steps will act as somewhat of a reinforcement, but also, if you saw what the side steps look like, it's going to go all the way wheel to wheel. So the rocker panels are protected. You protect your rocker panels and your cab corners, you'll never have to worry about rust, and I'm on top of this all the time. And then for the front over here, it's going to be depending on what my finances allow, how much the other two things I want first, because the thing I want to do with the bed and the side step, that comes first. Now, I would like to get the Ranch Hand bumper and grill guard. So here's what that looks like. Plan to have that Line-X'd as well. If not, then what I'm probably going to have done then, just save some money, have the stock bumper Line-X'd. Have him not put this insert back here. Or maybe I can keep it, but I'll get the trailer hitch that its footprint goes in place of the tow hooks. You still put the tow hooks over it, so the front trailer hitch is there. And that's my big plan for this truck in 2019. The only other thing that's happening this April is that I am sending my truck out to Scarsdale to JC Auto Repair. They're an authorized Evans waterless coolant dealer. And then they're going to flush this whole system out, everything, the prep fluid. And then I'm going to have my cooling system upgraded to the Evans waterless coolant. That's happening this April, actually happening on Good Friday of 2019. I believe that's April 19th. So that's happening. Not sure if I pointed it out in a previous video, but finally made this happen. So this dirt area that would just be a mud area in the rain and whatnot, Finally did something about this so more people are willing to park here. Yeah, needs improvement, but it's always the initial startup of this kind of stuff that's very involved. Yeah, some of these stones need adjustment, but otherwise, pretty good. Probably going to get more stones to send down that way, and then we're just going to have more gravel, so we have a better support system for all the gravel, and maybe if our finances allow it, we'll get rid of these rocks here. Yep, this is the rock that punched a hole in my Corolla's bumper about 1.5 years ago. See if we can get that all nipped out so we have a nice flat wall and have even more parking space. So we got some pretty good stuff in the works. And like I said, 2018 wasn't too terrible. Would have been nice if I didn't have to get laid off for 1.5 months last summer, but oh well. I overcame, and things are still looking on the up and up for me. And for that, I am very grateful. So, I got some stuff to take care of. Yeah, I do have to work New Year's Eve, but, you know, it's small BS stuff, so I'm not too terribly worried about that either. And, well, I'll see you in 2019.